going on, people? Welcome to Carnage Extra, and we are back with another episode of Game Breakers right here for you on the channel. Big up to the damn chat. Make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those post notifications. Joined again by my guy, Eddie. Got a lot of shit to get into. What's good, bro?
What's going on, my G? You good, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I'm good. I can't really complain. I'm just getting a little bit restless, bro. Like, I'm ready for the season to start. Like, the summer window is cool, talking about transfers and speculating on what's going to happen. But next week cannot come fast enough because, what is it? Next week, we got, Real Madrid got a preseason game. But then we also got the UEFA Super Cup, right? Tottenham versus PSG. And then doesn't the Premier League start next weekend as well, if I'm not mistaken, right? Like, Liverpool play on Friday, I think.
Yeah, actually, it might.
Yeah, bro. So the season is upon us, bro. I'm super hyped.
The 15th, which is that's not.
What's that? A Friday, right?
Next week, Friday. Yep.
Yeah. Liverpool versus who?
That's going to be Liverpool versus Bournemouth.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing a watch along right here on the channel for that. I'm just super hyped for the season to start, bro. Like,
come on, you cherries.
I've been missing football since the Club World Cup. I mean, look, of course you want the Cherries to win because
come on, you cherries.
I mean, you need Liverpool to have a bad start, right? For you to gain some momentum because as it's looking right now, bro, I don't know, man. Maybe second place again, ole. I don't know.
Oh no. You heard? Oh no. Listen, we've been in the game long enough for me to know that the first couple of games, it's a long season. I'm gonna just say it's a long season. So yeah, man, like don't need to worry about the first couple of games for sure. But we have a tough start though. We have a really tough start away to Liverpool, City, Newcastle. I think we have Nottingham Forest in that tie as well too. It's gonna be tough, bro. It really is. Bro.
Oh man, so I'm already hearing some excuses. I'm already hearing the excuses.
I didn't start with any excuses because definitely I heard this guy on Football Chaos talking about how hard his freaking first games were.
No.
We have Atletico Madrid in our first
game. Hold on.
Before the derby. Oh my gosh.
That way, bro, but I wasn't making excuses. I was just saying between Real Madrid and I'm saying because we were just talking about who has a harder start to the schedule, Madrid or Barca. I was saying we do. That's not an excuse, though, if we go out there and start losing games early. You just brought that shit up unprovoked. Unprovoked, you brought that up because you're already thinking of the excuses that you're going to give when you guys...
You told me, this guy asked me, right, who's playing Liverpool, Bournemouth, right? And then you said that we need Liverpool to have a tough, drop some games, a tough start. And I said, we have a tough start as well, too. That's all I said.
Literally, okay, you know what? Bro. Fair enough. But now look, man, big up everybody that's in here. As you guys can see, we're getting ready for a prime Edwin Yap session. Okay, I can just tell. By the way, that kid is nice.
Thierry Henry on the back, brother. Hope you can't see.
What year is that from? What is that? 03? Yeah. Oh shit. Wait, is it 03 for real? Did I guess that right?
03 04.
Oh wow. Okay. I mean, look, that's the last time that you guys were a serious club. I mean, shit. Makes sense that you pull up repping that. But now, look, people, we got a lot of stuff to get into, right? We got to continue this whole Sesko conversation because there is a major transfer battle that's going on. We have a bidding war between Manchester United and Newcastle. And it looks like it's just down to Sesko's preference, right? We got to talk about Rodrygo because even though reports came out that he wants to stay at Real Madrid, Tottenham, they're back. Right? They just lost their teriyaki chef, right? Man like son is in Los Angeles, okay? Wow. Man's going to be on the beach with LeBron James and Luka Doncic. And now Tottenham, they do have a hole on that left wing. And they do have the money to spend. We got to get into that. Chelsea, I don't understand, Edwin, what the hell they see in Garnacho. But it is a deal.
Chelsea, you must!
That they're trying to get done. And then just a couple other things to round off, right? Donnarumma looks like he's going to be leaving PSG. Manchester United are in for him. We'll talk about what clubs should go in for this PSG keeper or not. And then also Mark Gahey. I think Newcastle and Liverpool are looking at him as well. And if there's anything else that breaks throughout the show, chat, just let us know. But now, look, smash that like button, like I said, subscribe. And, maybe one day Edwin will make a channel and start posting content. But until then, just follow him on Twitter. Is that your Twitter or your IG link, bro? I keep on forgetting.
Whew. Thank you. Bless me. Twitter link. Yeah.
Twitter link. Okay, fair enough. But now, Elwin, let's just get into it, bro. Like, what are you saying about Sesko? Because since we've last spoken, Manchester United and Newcastle have both made bids for this player. Man United's bid is worth 85 million. Newcastle's bid is worth 90.
Yep.
Now, Leipzig are getting exactly what they wanted because it's always been reported that these were the figures that they were looking to get to sell Sesko when everybody knows he's not worth this money. But it seems like it's an open race because he's also agreed personal terms with both clubs. So he's open to going to either of them.
Yeah.
What are you saying, bro? Like, do you think he ends up at United or Newcastle?
It's tough, man. It really is because, like I told you before last week, right? If both clubs get into a bidding war, United are losing that race. They can't outbid Newcastle in any figure here because they have more money than them. That's just what it is. But it all depends on Sesko, where he wants to go. Since he has agreed personal terms to both clubs, it makes the prediction a little bit more difficult. I still think he does go to United because bigger club has a chance to really wear the shirt and be a part of that legacy for sure. But it's more pressure though. I'm not sure if he's the type of guy that likes that kind of pressure heading into the Premier League as well too. I mean, we spoke about it last year, right? This guy stayed a year at Leipzig, regardless of whether or not Arsenal wanted him or not. He stayed another year at Leipzig, and it was pressure. You never know what it could be. So I think that Newcastle is the best option for him. Less pressure, a chance to be around a better squad at the current moment in time. Some Saudi owners, but most importantly, like he gets to grow into a system and be like the successor of Isak in that future. So, and also Champions League football as well too. But United right now, though, I think he still ends up choosing them because of the pull factor they have. But if it comes down to it, though, if it just came down to the club, RB Leipzig, and who they wanted with the most money, obviously Newcastle is going to win that race any day of the week so far. But yeah, man, it's tough to see so far. It really is.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with you, right? The fact that he's agreed terms with both clubs, it tells me whoever's able to work it out with Leipzig, that's where he goes. Yeah. And even though I think he would prefer a move to Manchester United, I think Newcastle have the best package right now. They're saying it's 90 million and they're offering more money up front. Now, we know that this deal is going to more than likely have some ripple effects on what goes on in the rest of the transfer market, such as Isak going to Liverpool possibly. I still predict Isak stays, whether they get Sesko or not. I'm going to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't think that they want to sell Isak to Liverpool.
Really? You don't think they'll sell Isak to Liverpool?
Yeah, I just no. Not that they won't, but I just don't think that they want to.
They want to.
I don't think that they want to.
Why not?
I genuinely believe that they don't want to. But at the same time, you can also argue and say, well, Newcastle are desperate. That's why they're paying 90 million for Sesko, because this wasn't a player that they were targeting earlier in the window, right? Remember, they got and again, Newcastle are having a shit summer window. They've been rejected by everybody, basically. Manchester United have beaten them to 2 players so far, right? Newcastle wanted Mbeumo. He ends up at Manchester United. Newcastle wanted Cunha. He ends up at Manchester United. So, like I said before, it looks like Man United are about to complete a hat trick versus Newcastle. And United, they are revamping their entire attack. And then if you look at it, just forget about who they lost to Manchester United. They also missed out Newcastle. They missed out on Ekitike. Yeah. They missed out on João Pedro. They missed out on Liam Delap, right? Just to name a few. So I don't know what's going on at that club at the moment, but they're getting a big reality check, right? They're being told and they're being shown that, yes, you have Champions League football. Yes, you won your first trophy in about 70 years, but it doesn't matter because you're still not on the level of the big boys in England. Like, Newcastle are a big team in that country, but outside of England, brother, I'll be real, I've never seen a Newcastle United shirt. And like, have you? Nah, like in America, I've never seen somebody wear one. Like, they're not a big club outside of the UK. So they're struggling to attract these players because they're shopping in a bigger market than what a club of that level genuinely shops at, which is why they're struggling to attract players that are also being targeted by bigger clubs.
Yeah, I want to say I saw a comment in the chat by my guy Common Sensei. He says that Newcastle won't have any respect from him if they decide to sell Isak to Liverpool, and I low-key kind of agree on that. Because if you're in Champions League football and you're even though, let's face it, you both and I agree that they have had a trash summer window, but Champions League football, they're under ascendancy. The squad is much better than it was a couple of years ago for sure, and they have Isak. Now, if you sell your best player to the team that just won the Premier League and is already a bigger club than you, has already beaten you to the race of one of your primary signings so far this summer, and is already probably the biggest club in England, I'm sorry, but selling your best player, who we've seen in a long time be the clear-cut best player, to Liverpool would mean that you have no ambition, in my opinion. I mean, I can see the vision
But could you say that they don't have any? Okay, so this is where
they're playing an ambition of they want to sell Isak to Liverpool, get the funds, and then revamp the squad. I say no. Isak is a cornerstone player. I'm sure that there's a way to build a squad with still keeping your cornerstone player at the squad. That's what I think.
Yeah, you know what I think it is, bro? It's more so the ramifications for losing a player like Isak. Because then you have, for example, look at Livramento, right? He's a right back, or is he a right or left back? I believe he played right back for them. But point is, he's wanted by Man City, right? So now what stops him from saying, well, if Isak is going, why the hell should I stay? What about Bruno Guimaraes, who's had interest in the past? Sandro Tonali, selling Isak after you qualify for UCL football, and then you're struggling to attract top targets. What does that tell your top players that's already there? Now, again, I don't think Sesko is going to be a bad player for any team that he goes to. I actually think Sesko will do a good job. He's massively overpriced, though, right? I don't think he's worth that money, but we know that the market is inflated. But I think he checks off all the boxes physically, at least, right? The guy is 6'5". He's fast as shit. He's an aerial threat, right? And he does have good shot power on him. All it takes is a manager that can work with him to, just nurture his game a bit more, because he is a very raw player. He's definitely not the finished article. And when you look at, for example, Manchester United, yes, at the moment, in terms of what's going on at the club, it's not more attractive than Newcastle. But at the same time, I don't think that United are going to be bottom half next season.
They're not.
I don't think so. They have a decent squad, bro. Cunha and Buemo, right? Even though we don't rate Bruno Fernandes that highly, I don't think Bruno Fernandes is an awful player, right? You have Kobe Mainoo, Amad Diallo, Lenny Yoro, that's in the back. They're also looking at bringing in a goalkeeper, right? They are trying to, I'd say, rebuild. And it looks like all right, let me ask you a question, Edwin. As of right now, do you think Newcastle finished that much higher than Manchester United? Let's say if Newcastle gets Sesko and they sell Isak to Liverpool, hypothetically.
Oh, yeah. I still think they finished higher than United, though.
No. I mean, no, yeah. But, what would you predict? Because for me, Newcastle selling Isak, I think they end up going from a team that finished in a Champions League spot to a team that's fighting for Conference League.
Yeah, so I would say Newcastle would be around the 6, 7 spot, only because now you're selling Isak, Champions League football. It's going to take some time for Sesko to adapt. Yeah, so I would say 7, and then United, I'd probably say around 9th.
Or 9th?
Yeah, 9th.
Yeah. Or maybe I don't know, bro. It's a tricky one. Because if Newcastle don't get this player, then who do you what do you fucking do? What do you go get? Ollie Watkins, maybe?
You keep
from Villa?
Keep Isak.
I mean, yeah, you can keep Isak, and I think that they will, but I think Newcastle want to get a striker in this summer anyways. Again, bro, they tried to sign Ekitike. Let's not forget, they wanted Ekitike and Isak. It wasn't a one or the other kind of thing. Yeah. They wanted both of them.
Yeah.
So I feel like they know it's only a matter of time that, look, for me, I said that Isak leaves summer 2026. I already made my prediction that he ends up at Barca next summer, right? I think Newcastle would like to get a striker in before Isak leaves, because then once you sell Isak, you're going to get a crazy amount of money for him. Now everybody's going to be charging you a crazy ass price.
Honestly, bro, I got to say that, yeah, I still think Isak stays this summer for sure. But yeah, I just can't see, like, I really can't see a situation where Newcastle would win, aside from just money aside, like they would win in a situation if they sell Isak to Liverpool. I really can't, because at that point in time, it's like you're taking a step back to try and go a couple steps forward in the future, maybe. That to me doesn't make sense for the immediate right now and what you have right now, which is Champions League football. You have a decent squad. I mean, like, you have the pieces right now to really continue to grow this team. So honestly, I don't see that at all. I know you brought up the Livramento argument right there too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's not a player of Isak's stature. He's really not. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not a cornerstone player like Isak, I think.
I mean, but he could be a cornerstone because he's a very good fullback.
He is a very good fullback. You know
so like that's the. I mean, look, obviously, right? Like, Isak's the one that's bagging the goals, and the goal scorers are always the ones that get spoken of the most and get, you know, all the hype and whatnot. Yeah. But at the same time, you know, like, these other players are considered cornerstones, right? Like, Livramento is a cornerstone. So is a Bruno Guimaraes, right? A Sandro Tonali. Maybe you could even say an Anthony Gordon. I think it would just send a bad message to sell Isak, because now these other top players should want to leave. I would want to leave if I was like one of them, for example.
Yeah, I agreed for sure. Like, it'd be like, as in, like, you know, what are we doing type of thing? What's the direction behind what we're doing? So, because Sesko, even though we all rate him as like a decent player, he's a gamble. He really is. Livramento is a cornerstone player, not in the sense of like he can't be built around, but more so he's not Isak type of guy that you can be like, okay, if we get rid of him, it's a big shift in, you know, our game. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Look, fair enough. Yo, big up to Catch Ellen Bogan says Newcastle, much like Spurs, lack the necessary squad depth and are set for a season of humiliation and heartbreak in the Champions League. Also in the league. I mean, that's a good point, because now that they're going to be playing those 2 games a week, right?
Yeah.
Like, either on a Tuesday, Wednesday, and then like on a Saturday, for example. Yeah, how are they going to manage that, right? Because, you know, if you're going to be going against, let's say, like Barca or, I don't know, Bayern on Wednesday, and then you got to go play like Arsenal on Saturday, that could be tough for a team that doesn't have the biggest squad. I mean, that's a good point. But then at the same time, then maybe, okay, then maybe you do sell Isak, because then you could use that money to then maybe bring in some other players.
Yeah, but that would be for next year, for real. Like, realistically speaking, this whole Isak right now, okay, they're moving for the future. They can't. I don't really like see as an instance where Newcastle get 3-4 players, maybe even 2 at this moment in time, that could really help them in their situation right now in Champions League football. So what they would be doing would be for the future anyway. So you sell Isak early on in the summer, next summer window, and then you go ahead and revamp the squad that way. Right now it'd be too late. So it'd be a fail in this situation. You lose Isak and you don't get a squad to help replace the funds that he's bringing in.
Yeah, that's a good point. D-Money says neither of wrong, but a player that wants to leave, whether it's now or next summer, isn't a cornerstone player, so you may as well sell him anyways. That's a good point.
That's a good point.
But I think next summer, though, there's a bigger market for Isak next summer. Like, there's no market for him right now. It's just Liverpool. Next summer, Liverpool will come back. I've said this before. I think PSG will be in for him. I think possibly a Bayern, because Harry Kane's not getting any younger. I think Barcelona, Lewandowski's not getting any younger, right? Who knows what the landscape is like in 12 months from now? Whereas Isak's only move at the moment is Liverpool. And that would be a very good signing for them. But, I mean, Edwin, real quick. So, you remember when Arsenal were linked to Sesko, right? Was this ever a player that you
Thank God
rated?
Thank God we didn't get this guy.
Yo, I think a lot of people are gonna look back on this Sesko thing and say, "Yo, we judged him wrong. Look at how he's cooking at Newcastle or
I'm
United."
I
think he's gonna be a good player. I'm sorry.
No,
look,
stop it.
I'm gonna go against the grain, obviously, like when you guys were linked to him, I think getting him instead of getting like Gyökeres at the time was a weird choice.
Exactly.
But you guys ended up getting Gyökeres, right? So I think you guys got the better player. But I think Sesko, right? The guy is like 21, 22 years old. He has all the physical tools to be an absolute monster, right? All that he needs is proper coaching and a good system around him. And I think this guy could be a problem. I'm telling you, bro.
I'm not saying he can't be a problem. I'm also not saying that he can't be better than Gyökeres in like maybe a couple of years' time. But what I'm saying for right now is that we know which player is proven. We know which player has the more experience and has scored bigger goals in bigger moments. And so I won't regret our decision to get Gyökeres, even if it means he flops compared to Sesko. Because I just think that from the pedigree of what he has so far at Sesko and what he has done, it's not really like comparable. So I would choose Gyökeres all day in this case for sure. We could still be wrong. It can still say that, yo, we should have chose Sesko, should have got him. But also, no, I like the more proven commodity right now, even if it doesn't work out. Then I could say, at least we tried and it didn't work out, it failed. But also, Leipzig was just asking for too much money. Who's spending that much money on Sesko? Not us.
Yeah, I mean, so Sensei says coaching can't teach technique this late into a player's. Yeah, but I don't think that you need technique to be a striker. Like Haaland doesn't have technique, right? Like Haaland.
That's not how he strikes the ball.
No, brother, but I think he's more so speaking of like how you receive the ball, right? Like, you know, if you can link play, if you can do hold up and stuff. Brother, all that you got to do is just create chances. Now it's up to that player on if he could be clinical or not, right? You don't want a guy like Darwin Núñez who comes in, the guy is missing sitters, but then scoring 30-yard screamers, right? I think Sesko is going to be a decent player. I see my guy right here saying that Sesko will just be another Højlund in the league.
Nah,
I don't agree.
I
don't agree. You know what? I'll make a bold prediction right now. No matter who gets Sesko, I think he bags at least 15 goals in the Prem next season.
15 league goals.
I think he gets. I think Sesko gets 15 goals in the league next season, whether it's for Newcastle or Manchester United.
Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, I agree. I agree as well too. I think he's that good of a player to get that enough, but I still think there will be some type of struggles that he has in the season though.
Okay. I mean, look, guys, let me know what you're saying about Sesko in the comment section. But let's move on though, bro, because we got to talk about the Bangladeshi and Neymar, bro. I mean, they're saying that Tottenham are interested in this guy. Now, Son just left, right? My man is in Los Angeles now, and they do have a hole on that left wing. Now, there were reports that came out a few days ago saying that Rodrygo is expected to stay at Real Madrid, and a lot of Tier 1 journalists have already confirmed that he's not asked to leave, and the club will only sell him if he wants to go. Now, Ben Jacobs, who a lot of people have used, right? He's saying that suggestions of Spurs placing a formal bid for Rodrygo are not true. As of Tuesday morning, Real Madrid haven't received a bid from the club. Real are still prepared to sell if Rodrygo informs them he wishes to leave. Player has met with Xabi Alonso and did not hand in a transfer request. Open situation with Rodrygo being offered to several clubs in case he decides to leave. I mean, what are you saying about this whole Rodrygo situation? And I mean, look, do you think he'd be a good fit at Tottenham? Because I think that'd be an amazing signing for them, to be honest.
Yeah, he'd be their best signing since I can't remember. He'd be the most electric signing or electric player since they had Harry Kane early on in his days. So, yeah, honestly, like Rodrygo, I mean, it's only going to be something of worry if he wants to leave, right? Like it's not going to really matter until he wants to leave, until he says that he wants to leave the club, which again, haven't heard any indications on it. And sure, I'm also sure that if he did say that, it wouldn't just be Spurs. It'd be a lot of clubs still infirm, trying to make like a last minute bid, even though we're at the end of the transfer window soon. But listen, man, I think that he'd be a great replacement for Son. Son's a legend. He's a guy that we all spoke about before. He's really carried that Spurs squad for some time after Harry Kane left. Just a bit old now, so he can't really do it anymore. But yeah, him going to LA, there's a massive hole there. Kulusevski's injured. Right now they have James Maddison injured. All the attacking players who at least carry a threat are pretty much injured or not there. So yeah, I would say that he'd be the best fit so far for what they're looking for. But it doesn't matter until he wants to leave. So all these speculations, all these rumors don't really move me until he says, I want to leave the club. And what they do right there, it doesn't matter until he says that. So, but I mean, as far as like the fit though, yeah, it'd be a great fit. It'd be a great fit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he'd want to leave for Tottenham though. Like that's
exactly
the thing.
That's the thing.
I feel like Liverpool are too occupied on Isak, and I can't see them getting Ekitike, Isak, Florian Wirtz, and Rodrygo. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Like this is not FIFA, dog. Like this is not FIFA. It's not happening. And I honestly do believe that Rodrygo's market isn't as strong as we thought that it would be, because I think it's a lot harder for teams to agree terms with this guy. Like this guy hasn't agreed personal terms with anyone, right? And I definitely thought that there would be a little bit of a bidding war for him, but he's just not asked to leave, bro. Like it's kind of weird because I thought that he'd want to go somewhere and start like on that left wing. For me, Tottenham, they have an amazing stadium, right? They just won a European trophy, whether we rate them or not. They do have money to spend, right? Tottenham make a lot of bread, and they do have a hole on that left wing.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a crazy link, to be honest.
Well, it's not a crazy link, but like you also mentioned before that he hasn't agreed personal terms with anybody. How can he do that if he hasn't said he wants to leave?
I mean, but you can always reach out to the players' camp and make an offer and see if they're open to negotiating.
Wouldn't that insinuate that he wants to leave?
Not necessarily. It's just testing the market.
I guess. Okay, fair enough. But then I don't know. But yeah, it's too many wishy-washy stories and rumors with this guy right now, man. My thing is that he's not going to leave. Like I told you before, it's going to be a situation where he's going to try and fight for his position on the team, and then he decides to say to himself, "I'm not getting no PT. I'm being seldomly used, and we're like 10 games into the season. I got on maybe twice, didn't get no chances in the derby against Barcelona, El Clasico, and now we're going to revisit this in the January transfer window and be like, okay, it's much more of a market now for him, because at that point,
no chance he leaves in the middle of the season. You're out of your mind. There's no chance that we sell him. No, not in the middle of the season.
No, I'm not saying he leaves, but I'm saying there's going to be a much more like of an ignition of fire in terms of, does he want to leave now? Okay. As in, like, will he want to leave in the future? Because yeah, he might not leave in January, but maybe we'll be lining up moves for the summer depending on what happens up until January. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. I mean, so then what are you saying about this real quick? So Big Up My Guy says, mate, quick question. Was Son ever truly world class? My view on this seems to anger a lot of people. I think Son was, for the most part, a purple patch player. Like, he had great runs of form. But I would say that he's had like a couple of seasons where you could say that he was world class. But in general, I think Son is a purple patch kind of guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Can we get some stats to back this up, bro? I don't know.
I mean, we can pull up Son stats.
Yeah, let's pull up some stats real quick, bro. I think I'm leaning more towards him being world class. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I mean, him and Harry Kane had a great partnership.
Yeah, they had a great partnership. That, like, if we're talking about, because there's only so much you can give to the manager, right? In those previous years when the Spurs teams were okay, but they were just maybe a couple of players away, but they were just there. But I think that all those teams for the majority of the years were carried by Harry Kane and Son. And if we're calling Harry Kane world class, then we have to put Son in that same situation, because honestly,
because Harry Kane was one of the best strikers that we've.
Yeah, and Son was one of the best left wingers too. Was he not?
I mean, look. So it's like I said, I think he's had some world-class seasons, right? Like, look at 21-22, right? 23 Premier League goals. But then look at 22-23, 10 goals in 36 games.
Yeah, I mean, that was a bad season.
I mean, but then look at 23-24. Say it again?
The next year after that was 17-10. It's not bad.
I mean, it's true. But, like, for me, again, like, he's had some good seasons, but for the most part, like, he's only bagged, like, over – I mean – I think it's
honestly, I wouldn't mind the argument of him being said that he's world class. I think he has maybe out of his whole Tottenham career, let's discount the 2015 season because that's when he first came, right?
I mean, but he's been there for like a decade, Jordan. So of course he'll be your top 5 goal scorers and the top 20 goal scorer in the Prem. I mean, it's just longevity.
Yeah, agreed.
But he's a good player, though. He's a good. Nobody's saying that Son is shit, by the way. I just don't know if I would say that he is a world-class player. He's a very good player, but for me, I would not say world-class.
I would still say world-class, honestly. I would say so world-class. I would. In this case, I would. I know that like him being a legend at Tottenham doesn't really, like, no offense, but it wouldn't say much depending on the club. But in this instance, Big Six club, he had a couple of really good seasons. I think he is world class.
Okay, so let me filter this just to Tottenham.
Also has done it for internationally as well too a couple of times. So I would say he is world class. Like, but I wouldn't be upset if you didn't say he was world class, because there are a couple of mediocre seasons. But then again, now what are we asking our left winger to do at this point, right? Like he had seasons where I would kind of expect a left winger to produce at a high level. So, I mean, I would say he is.
Okay. I mean, for me, I think getting Rodrygo would be an upgrade over him. But I think Son is a better goal scorer than Rodrygo. I think Son's a better finisher, I should say. Like, for me, Son has had world-class seasons, but throughout his career, I would not consider him a world-class player, if that makes sense.
A world-class player.
Yes, like he's had world-class seasons.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But in general, I would not say world-class.
Well, how many world-class seasons do you have to be a world-class player? Like, I don't know. What's the benchmark for that then at this point?
So, I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
Think for a large part of his career, because, okay, like, let's be real, right? Son would go 5 games, right, where he bags, like, 5 goals in a row. And then he'd go, like, 10 without doing anything in terms of GA.
I know what you're saying, right? But let's say, for example, we're basing off of, like, the benchmark. If he had a couple of world-class seasons, and let's say those were, like, maybe 5 world-class seasons, and the rest of the seasons weren't trash, they were good seasons, wouldn't you say that that's a world-class player right there?
Yeah, but I wouldn't say that Son has had 5 world-class seasons. That's the thing.
For sure. I mean, I could agree. I mean, that's for an example. But I think if I can go off of it right now, off of stats, eye test, I would say.
I mean, he checks the boxes eye test-wise. Yeah, I'm not going to argue that. But at the same time.
Off of stats.
Just off of stats?
Off of stats, yeah.
Okay, so off of stats, I would say Son has been at Tottenham since 15-16.
Yeah.
I would say Son has had
about 3 world-class seasons.
About 3 seasons where you could say he's world-class.
And so the rest of the seasons were good.
Not all of them were good.
Okay, not all of them.
Like when he first got there, I don't think Son was all that good.
Okay.
Like, I think he definitely grew into being a very good player. But like his first, you could say his first, let's look. Son's first 3 seasons. Okay, well, his first season was like, let's not even count that, right? Because that was okay. No, that's actually pretty mid. But like in his first like 3 seasons, I'd say Son was just a okay player. 3-4 seasons, okay. And then he had those 3 where he was at a top level.
Okay, as in from the 2016 to the.
Is there an echo?
Yeah, there's an echo apparently. I muted my mic, but they still say they heard it. I don't know.
All right, maybe it's me. You just carry it for a second. I'll come back.
Yeah. Honestly, I think if we're talking about it, I think from the 2016 to about the 2020 season, which is COVID. So I mean, like, I don't know how much emphasis you want to put on that, but those were okay. Those were good seasons for me. He had a couple of, then after those 2, 2021, 2022 season as well, and then 2023, 2024 season, those were the 3 seasons where I felt like he was world class for sure, right? And we gotta also remind you, like, listen, Son was playing with Harry Kane. I mean, Harry Kane gets a lot of GA. He gets a lot of GA. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of goals as well too for that team. Was the main man. So for him to produce the level of football that I think he did, I really don't think it was just average season. I think it was good seasons from his part. So again, I wouldn't be upset if you said that he wasn't world class, because obviously the argument is that he is or isn't, and that's like a 50-50 chance. But I'm saying I would lean still towards him being world class in this case. I would.
Okay, fair enough. So then bringing the conversation back to Rodrygo, do you think this is a good signing if it does go through? Like, is this the kind of player that they should be targeting now that Son is left? Because who do they really have to play on that left wing? Like, what is their attack now? You have Solanke down the middle.
Brennan Johnson, he plays right wing, I think. Right. So
does Brennan Johnson play on the right?
I think he plays on the right. I'm not too sure, but
and then who'd be, because like where the fuck does where's Kulusevski play? He's in midfield.
Well, actually, no, Kulusevski plays on the right for them, so it would be.
Hold on, let me check. Hold on, let me check. Yeah, because I'm trying to figure this out. Like who? Okay, what they do against you guys? What was that 11 that they played against Arsenal? Because I know that they would have. Hold on, I have it right here. I know that they would have put a pretty strong lineup out there. So on the left, okay, I forgot about Kudos,
but he just came.
I forgot. Yeah, well, I mean, Kudos is gonna start. Obviously,
he started on the right.
Kudos will be on the right.
Yeah, started on the right for them. So he had a guy named Odegaard, he actually looked pretty good against us. I will say, he did a good job and caused a lot of problems, but just didn't score. But I don't know. See, against in the other preseason game, Song played, Odegaard played on the right, and then against Luton, Johnson played on the left. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm looking at what they did against Arsenal, because I'm pretty sure that like they would have treated that game very serious. Like, because I'm looking at this 11, it's a very strong 11 that both of you guys played. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, but
what Jordan's saying is right. I think the front three as of right now, it would be, because remember they did make the Mathis Tell loan permanent, so in theory he'd be starting, right? I don't think that he'd agree to join Bayern. Leave Bayern for Tottenham to be holding bench. So it would be Tell, Solanke, and Kudos. So, I mean, yeah, that's what it'd be right now. I hope Rodrygo doesn't leave, but I don't think it'd be a bad signing, though, bro.
Yeah, but Tell hasn't started games for them in the preseason. He hasn't started many games at all. I don't think he started a game.
Is he injured?
I think he was injured.
Shit. Tell did get subbed off, though, the bench.
He started the game against Luton. That was about it, but yeah.
I mean, look, fair enough. We'll see. Point is, I can definitely envision them like making a late bid though for Rodrygo. But I don't think he'd want to go to Tottenham. Like, let's be real.
No, definitely not.
There's just no way.
Even though they do have Champions League football, so that's their bread and butter right there when they have to offer him. But nah, I don't think that would be a good situation for him personally.
Yo, real quick, what do you think Tottenham do against PSG in that Super Cup? Like, do you think Tottenham have a chance? Yeah, nobody thought Chelsea had a chance, by the way.
Yeah, they do. They do. I mean, they're not a better team than Chelsea, so then again, it doesn't really matter.
I mean, that's true.
But I think PSG are going to violate them, bro. No, they're not going to violate them, but they do have a chance, though, for sure.
Okay, so like, what would you say for your score prediction?
I would say it'd be a close, like it'd be a controlled 2-0, and then the third goal would be like at the end, like 90th minute, 3-0 PSG, which is not like a battering, but the scoreline suggests it was a battering, though.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to say 5-1.
5-1?
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, and PSG are going to be pissed off about losing to an English team in that Club World Cup final, bro. I think Tottenham about to get slapped. I'm like, yeah, they have a chance to upset, obviously. But I would give Tottenham like
Jordan is mad as hell.
No more than like 10%, bro. No more than 10%.
Jordan, there's no chance, bro. No chance.
I ain't gonna lie. Yo, Jordan, they about to put belt to ass, bro. Like, that's about to be a bad day for you. And I will be here with the watch along. But nah, it's over, bro.
When is that game again?
Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, you said. Yeah.
I mean, we'll probably talk about it a little bit more.
Next see some competitive football matches. Oh,
I mean, but that is a competitive match. Like that's a major trophy.
I can't wait.
Yeah. But now look, chat, let us know what you guys are saying. Does Rodrygo stay at Real Madrid, or do you think a move to Tottenham makes any kind of sense? But I do now want to switch over and talk about Garnacho. Why the hell do Chelsea want to sign this player? I don't understand what the model is that they have going on. Like, for me, it's hard to question it because we saw them win the Club World Cup. So clearly, what they're doing is working somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's time for Chelsea to start targeting more proven players, more experienced players.
Garnacho is proven
to that next level. What is Garnacho? Yeah. See, Garnacho is proven to be shit. That's what he is. He's a mid player, bro. I don't even think that Garnacho starts for Chelsea. So, like, why are they wasting their time and wasting their resources to go sign a Manchester United reject? I don't understand, bro.
Because he fits the mold for their plans. A young, energetic winger who's going to be fighting with other young, energetic wingers on the team. I mean, listen, if you want to go opening day with Josh Giddens as your left wing, be my guest. You know what I'm saying? Garnacho, be my guest. We'll take it either way. But yeah, man, honestly, from our point of view, it doesn't make sense. He's been mid. He's been underwhelming. He's been very much so not an impact player that people were hoping, even at a young age. But if we're looking at Chelsea's model and what RSM always talks about, this is the type of player they want to try and get. A young, right? He fits the age range. Again, a guy who has, maybe have not done it in his club. Very underwhelming. Remember, we all spoke about Joshua Giddens, Josh Giddens as a guy that was kind of underwhelming at Dortmund as well, too. And they paid bread for that guy. So, listen, it makes sense in this case for them to be also going for Garnacho, who, by the way, could be a replacement for, dare I say it, Nani Madueke? Wow.
I mean, but Chelsea got Esteval coming in. Esteval is better than Garnacho isn't better than Esteval. He's not better than Pedro Neto. He's not better than, what did I say? He's better than Gittins. I'm gonna have to see some more from Gittins. But point is, Gittins. The model that Chelsea have, I get it, right? You want to buy young, potentially flip them later on. But I feel like their signings this summer, like João Pedro, Liam Delap. For me, it's just been a bit underwhelming, bro. Like, when I look at how you make Champions League football, you didn't need to make the UCL to get João Pedro, Liam Delap, and fucking Jamie Gittins. Like, you didn't need to be in the UCL to do that, bro. And they also signed Jarell Hato, right? And they're looking at Xavi Simons. You didn't need the Champions League to sign any of those players. You could have been in Europa and got these guys. Let's be honest. There wasn't really okay, you know what? I'll give you Liam Delap and João Pedro because there was, interest there, right? Like, Man United wanted Liam Delap. At Newcastle wanted Liam Delap. João Pedro, I think Newcastle wanted him as well. So yeah, but nobody was in for Gittins. Well, I think Bayern were looking, but Bayern didn't submit a bid, right? Nobody was really in for Jarell Hato like that. Xavi Simons, nobody's really been looking at him. I know Bayern's been linked after the Musiala injury, but I just don't think you need Champions League football to get these players. So when I saw Chelsea make the UCL, I thought they were going to make some big boy signings. I thought Chelsea were going to be getting linked to Rodrygo's. I thought Chelsea were going to be in for some top defenders or a top number 9. Does that make sense?
Well, Jarell Hato looks like he's going to be a good defender, though.
I mean, yeah, Jarell Hato does have a lot of potential, but again, it's a potential kind of signing.
Yeah, he's 19.
And then just to kind of bring it back to the selling aspect, right? Chelsea, these guys could sell pork to a Muslim. I don't understand how they're so good at moving players on, bro. They could sell salt to a snail. How are they doing this, bro? How? They got 20 million from Burnley for some player I never heard of.
That's
what? It's ridiculous, bro. Almost making back your money on João Felix. How much did they get for selling Broja? A guy that hasn't played a game in like 2 years. Nah, man. Do you know that so far this summer, Edwin, Chelsea have made 200 million in sales, and they still got Nicholas Jackson. They still got Renato Viega, who's supposed to leave, right? They still got other guys like Raheem Sterling that they're going to get off their books. Brother, by the time this window is over, Chelsea could damn near have made close to 400 million from selling Deadwood.
400 million? That's crazy.
Brother, they're over 200 million, and they still have like 6-7 players. Like, and Nkunku is still there. Like, all these guys. And you know that they're going to get good money for all of these scrubs.
All wait, all these scrubs, man. Oh dear, no. But yeah, brother. I don't know. Well, all that money is being cleared out so they can make a big, massive bid for Garnacho. So yeah,
brother, stop it, brother. Okay, how much do you think that Garnacho goes for?
I think that they'll buy him for 40 million.
Is that good money? Like, do you think that's a good price for Garnacho? You personally?
No, of course not. But that's how much they'll pay for him, though.
I think they get him for less than that.
Regardless, I'll take him going to Chelsea any day of the week. So,
I mean, but you don't think that Maresca could maybe turn him into a good player?
Well, Maresca has 1 year of experience on the Chelsea as a manager, so I really don't know about his player development skills just yet. So I guess I'll see. I'll see for sure. That's a TBD. A TBD, because Garnacho is still young. He's 21 years of age, right? Or 22 years of age. So he definitely still could work out at Chelsea. But so far, I mean, you could put it down to his performances of him just being under bad managers in the past. Erik ten Hag, I guess, for instance. But yeah, I don't know. The guy is very frustrating to watch sometimes. He really is. He's very frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, look, the thing is, Garnacho to me is very mid. He does have some decent qualities, right? Like, he's very direct. I think Garnacho coming off the bench, I think that's how he stays at big clubs. Because him starting games, for me, at a team like Chelsea that want to play possession style of football, Garnacho is not that kind of player, right? Like, the reason why Garnacho was semi-successful at Manchester United is because he broke through with Ten Hag. Ten Hag at United was playing counter-attack football. So they were defending a lot. And then you have Garnacho that does have decent pace. You could do a long ball over the top and then catch teams out like that. But for Chelsea, who want to have the ball, right? Who want to, kind of slow build up, right? They want to break down teams methodically. I don't think Garnacho can make it in a system like that. I really don't.
So you don't think that Maresca can change him to a player?
No.
That man?
No.
Okay.
And I don't think, I can't even say I don't think they'll make their money back, because Chelsea always seem to make them. Bro, whoever's in charge of selling players for them,
heck cuss blood.
They literally have the Leo Messi of fucking guys that sell their players, dog. Like, they have the Ronaldos of that kind of profession. I'm telling you, bro. Like, Edwin,
do you think you end up at Chelsea?
Sell holy water to a Satanist, bro. Like, how do they get away with it? How? That's what I'm telling you, bro. Yo, Chelsea must be in there.
That's crazy.
Like, blackmailing these other teams. That's the only way that makes sense. But what were you saying?
I think he ends up at Chelsea, though.
Well, Fabrizio's made it really clear that Garnacho, right, has given his total priority to Chelsea. Talks took place on the player side. No negotiations yet with Manchester United, as price will be a key factor. Timing of the deal, not expected to be imminent, can take some time, with Chelsea focused on outgoings and Xabi.
I know RSM is going to be pissed when this happens. I know he's going to be pissed. Emergency meeting. Emergency pod. Yeah.
I agree, Sensei. I think it'd be about 25, 30 M's.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I think that I don't know. I think about 35, probably the most they get for him.
That's a massive L, considering that how much was Napoli ready to pay Manchester United? Remember, like last January, I think. Napoli wanted to give them at least like 60 M's.
Oh, yeah. And they rejected that bid, right?
Yeah.
That was crazy. Idiots.
Idiots.
Idiot boy.
Are you still hearing the echo, or is that just me?
I don't hear any echo.
Chat, let me know if you guys are hearing the echo, because I feel like I'm still hearing myself, which is kind of pissing me off. But that's okay though, bro. That's okay. If there's no echo, then we should be good, right? But now, like, chat, what are you guys saying about Garnacho, man? But kind of speaking on Manchester United, right? So aside from them wanting to go get Sesko, we know that they also need midfielders. They need goalkeeper. So they're linked to Donnarumma. We know that he's rumored to be leaving PSG. He wants a new contract, but they can't agree. And now PSG are about to sign another goalkeeper. I am hearing an echo. Edwin, talk to us about Donnarumma, bro.
Well, obviously a clear upgrade over Onana for sure. Like that right there is something that we all know. Onana is such a bad goalkeeper. This guy right here will let in goals for fun. I mean, seriously. You know, this guy has cost them games for sure. But the blunders that I've seen him make in the past 2 years of being at United has been atrocious. Might I say, nah, man, nah. You know, it's frustrating to watch Sanchez for Chelsea play. But then you turn on the TV and you watch United play, and it's like, wow, I thought it couldn't get worse. It got worse. But Donnarumma, though, to me would be an upgrade, but he's not like a guy that's like a world. I don't know, because last year he didn't play great last year. He didn't. Now that could be a down year. You never know. But at the same time, though, Donnarumma, though, if you've watched him play, if you've really watched Donnarumma play, he makes a couple of mistakes that make you go, like a goalkeeper of his stature shouldn't be doing that. I mean, like sometimes he's not as commanding in the box as he should be. Talking about for crosses, the guy is 6'7". He's dead near 7 foot. Why are we not catching crosses in the box like this? So like those type of mistakes that I think, you know, kind of make me go a little, brother, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with him in that sense. But if we're talking about him being an upgrade over Onana, definitely yes. I mean, Onana, it's not much saying for an upgrade over Onana because the guy is not a good goalkeeper at all. And I remember, I'm glad you joined us because I remember, right, a couple of years ago when Onana signed for United, and this is when Arsenal were on the ascendancy, and this is when Aaron Ramsdale had his best year of his season. I mean, best season of his career and whatnot. And this guy was like, yo, Onana is league years better than this guy. And again, you know, look what happened. Aaron Ramsdale went to Southampton. Now he's back at Newcastle. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't work out for any other goalkeeper. But
but to be fair,
was never.
Look at what he was doing at Inter Milan.
Onana
was the best goalkeeper in the UCL.
Okay.
The year that they made the final against Man City.
Okay, fair enough. I'm not saying he wasn't, right? He was playing great those couple of years. But the guy made it seem like this guy was league years above Aaron Ramsdale.
At the time,
right? The time. And I was like, man, I think he's better, but he's not like a big gap. If Aaron Ramsdale is like a 7, Onana's like he's not a 9. You know what I'm saying? I think he's like about an 8. So because if you saw the mistakes he made or the goals he should have saved against Tottenham in that semifinal, yeah, no. And look how it all has turned out. Hashtag Onana Endo for me still.
All right, hold on, wait. So the thing is, right? So with Donnarumma, let's not act like he's this phenomenal goalkeeper either.
That's what I'm saying.
Last season, he was world class. PSG probably do not win the Champions League without him, right? He put on some really good performances for them.
But he was even shaky last year too.
Bro, this is what I'm saying, right? Like, so we've known, at least me, I've known about Onana since I first started watching. Sorry, not Onana, Donnarumma, since I first started watching football, bro. This man, remember, he was like 15, and he was like the #1 goalkeeper at AC Milan. Remember, Donnarumma was like a wonder kid, and I don't think he's lived up to his potential until last season. Now, I don't know how Ruben Amorim wants to play, right? Because he's doing this 3 out of the back. Do Manchester United want to play possession-based football? Because Donnarumma's not that good with the ball at his feet. He's a good shot stopper, but playing out from the back, I don't really know, like, if you can put that much confidence into him. And yeah, PSG were one of the best teams on the ball, but that's because every other player that they have in the outfield is very technically sound. Whereas at Manchester United, they don't really have that. But yes, he is an upgrade over Onana, but an issue for me is the money that he's going to be looking for, because he wants a pay rise. And he's already on 240K a week at PSG. So are United going to offer him 300K?
Mm-hmm.
Is he worth 300K a week?
One of your top players is a goalkeeper. It's crazy.
Paid players, right? I mean, but remember, United did that with De Gea, like, what, 3-4 years ago, and he was on like 315 a week.
Which was justified in that case, I think, because he was making.
Do you think so?
I think he was making some unreal saves to the point where, like, I could see why they'd give him that kind of money for sure. I mean, he saved them in a lot of games. So, yeah. I'm not saying your goalkeeper can't be your best player sometimes, but I'm just saying Donnarumma is a good goalkeeper. I agree with you that he definitely did put in a shift Champions League-wise for them last year because, yeah, a couple of games I thought he made some unreal saves. But I'm not saying that he's this world-class goalkeeper either, honestly. Like, he's a good goalkeeper. He's really good, but not world-class for me, though.
Yeah, I think he is going to be leaving PSG this summer, in my opinion. I don't think they're going to agree to a new contract. PSG have already signed, or they're about to sign his replacement, the goalkeeper from Lille, who's one of the best ones in France. I think his name is like Lucas Chevalier, if I'm not mistaken. So they've already got the replacement in. And I think Onana's played himself because instead of staying at PSG, right, who are the best team in the world at the moment, you guys won the treble, right? Huh?
You mean Donnarumma?
What'd I say?
Oh, Nana.
Why do I keep saying that? Yes, Donnarumma. I think that he's made a mistake here because he's already one of the highest paid goalkeepers in the world, bro. Like, the only reason that I can see him not agreeing to a new deal is if they wanted him to take a pay cut on a new contract. Then maybe I get it. But at the same time, I don't think anybody's going to really be offering Donnarumma these obscene wages that he's looking for, unless he wants to go Saudi. Maybe he plays with Ronaldo at Al Nassr. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe they got the money to spend. But, like, why would you want to leave PSG right now when you guys are on the up, right? PSG, they look so good. And you were the number one goalkeeper for them, right? You still have Luis Enrique. They've been able to keep their team together. They haven't lost anybody. I just think currently going to any other team in Europe right now, in terms of that are realistic for him to start at, it is a downgrade, bro. I don't be real.
It is a downgrade for sure. And we're talking about PSG building a dynasty right now with what they're trying to do so far. And, you know, he could be a part of that dynasty. He definitely was at the beginning of the start of it. So I don't see why, you know, he would want to leave if it just came down to money issues. I think that if you are part of a team, I get it. Like, he is a major part of that team. And, you know, he was a major part last year for them. Probably was their best player. Let's keep it a buck. Their best player in, like, the semifinal against us. But I just think that, listen, if it comes down to legacy and wanting to win, you have to just put your pride aside in this case. But if not, though, I mean, he's a player. He does what he wants. If he wants the money, then, yeah, you can leave because they're already a replacement. But, like, yeah.
So let me see. So Donnarumma currently, okay, so this is PSG's, like, payroll. So their highest paid player is Ousmane Dembele. He's on 346K a week. Then you have Kvaratskhelia. Yo, Asensio got the fucking bag. Yo, you know what's crazy? PSG don't operate this way anymore, though. Like, PSG don't offer crazy wages to, like, non-proven – like, Asensio, because when he left Real Madrid, did he leave us on a free? I think Asensio left us for free, right? Did he not? That's the only way that I can see him getting these wages. No way did PSG. I don't think PSG paid for him. Why am I drawing a blank here?
No, I don't think they paid for him either, actually.
Yeah, I don't think they paid for him. But then look, you also have after him, you have Hakimi, Lucas Hernandez. This guy doesn't even fucking start.
I know, right?
And then you have Donnarumma. So Donnarumma is their top. So he's top 10 highest paid player at the club. He's their 7th highest paid player. 244K a week. Brother, this is great wages for a goalkeeper at a top team in Europe.
So you'd be making him about what? because he's not going to get paid more than Dembele or Kvaratskhelia. So you'd be making him about what, your third, fourth highest player at the club. Do you think that that's justified for him personally? I don't think it is, because I do think that he had a great year last year, but ultimately he's a good goalkeeper, which is why he's seventh or sixth in their top 10 of highest paid players.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I wouldn't pay him like to be the third highest player at the club. I wouldn't.
All right. So then, aside from Manchester United, though, what other clubs you think should be looking at him?
What other clubs should be looking at him right now? And
Chelsea, but then again, Chelsea likes to play out from the back.
Yeah, I think again he'd be an upgrade over. It's the same situation, right? He'd be an upgrade over Sanchez, but I'm not sure if he's like the guy that'd be the good profile for them.
All right, so then let's think. Like, what top teams that are actually contenders? Chelsea are contenders, by the way.
The only team
United aren't contending for anything.
I can see Bayern because Neuer's old. That's about it.
Bayern, yeah, but then Bayern don't give those crazy wages, do they?
No, I wouldn't. Again, I don't.
They actually do. Like, Bayern have gave players like mad wages. Yeah, I mean, Bayern could be. And the thing is, Donnarumma only has 12 months left on his contract, so it's not like you're gonna have to pay a crazy price for him, anyways. Exactly. It kind of is like a market opportunity in a sense.
Yeah. I can see Bayern. Because Neuer is about 40 years old. Like or I can see Barcelona, obviously, because obviously.
No, the Barca just signed John Garcia.
They signed Garcia.
Yeah, bro. They're sorted. Now if Ter Stegen and fucking Szczęsny was still there, they both still are there. But they also, no. Like, Barca are sorted at goalkeeper now.
Yeah,
like they don't need one.
I can see Real Madrid too. You know what I'm saying?
We have Courtois.
Bum. He's a bum.
All right, well, and we're gonna end off right there, people. This guy's trying to rage bait me. It's not gonna happen.
He's a bum. He's a bum.
Point is, when you guys come third next season, we will talk. Hold that. You absolute fraud.
Okay.
But now, guys, we'll wrap up here though. Like, on a serious note, big up to everybody that was here. Another episode of Game Breakers in the books. We will be back next week, Tuesday, with another episode. But look, guys, smash that like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications. Edwin, you got anything that you want to say before we wrap?
Big up the chat. I see all these people here fighting for Courtois. Dang! Glaze.
Courtois would be the best goalkeeper in Arsenal's history, by the way. But okay. Yes, he would. Hold that. Fraud. We don't care. Look, people, this is going to take you guys over to Omar B's channel. I think he's live with End of Stream Dave. Let them know Carnage Raid. And I think I'll be doing a solo stream in a couple of hours. Maybe we'll do a Madrid hype on the main channel. So now look, man, big up the chat every single time. In a bit, people. Peace.